All right, Sag, this one was interesting to me. I love the idea of being pulled by something unknown, but I think that a lot of you right now don't trust that it's for any specific purpose, but it is, and that's the thing. So the call of the night, daring, adventure, and excitement, and then you have the chess queen, trust and strategizing. And this did show up as an ally for you. So the call of the night is talking about something that is pulling on you. You needing to get out of your comfort zone in order to experience something exciting new. Taking a new adventure here, something you normally wouldn't do. But I think that for a lot of you, you don't trust that it's going to lead to anything. But there is a plan in place with this. But it's a divine plan for you. This one talks about how the divine is setting this up for a reason. And it is in alignment with your soul's purpose, or, the path that you want to see for your life. It does talk about how there's your plan and then there's the divine plan for your life. But this is you needing to trust that this is happening for a reason. That, all of the pieces are being put in the right place here to create something. But you have to be willing to take the adventure, I think, with the call of the night. All right, Sagittarius, here's your overall. Oh my God, what the fuck? The Tower. Oh, okay, so, and this doesn't have to be a bad thing, but, again, right, like not trusting that this is happening for a reason, yeah, right, because the Tower can't withstand. So this may be something sudden and drastic that is happening. Now, you may be creating this Tower moment, though, too, but we'll see here. But this is something big that is falling apart. We can't avoid this anymore. It needs to come down in order for you to build something better. But it may not be, what you were expecting. Now, in the past, the Three of Pentacles, that immediately says to me that this is a situation that is falling apart because it's not working, although you have tried to put in the effort to make this work before. But it requires the effort of others, though, too, with the Three of Pentacles. You can't be the only one working on something. But then I go back to the Tower and think this wasn't meant to stand in your life anymore anyway. It needs to come down. It's been built too high. And it's not stable, But clearly here, this is something that you've been trying to work on. In the present, the Six of Cups. So I think what's keeping you from allowing something to fall away here, although I feel like this is happening, right? It's going to be unexpected for a lot of you, and I don't think it's what you intended. But I think that a lot of you are like holding it off right now because you're in a place of looking back at the past. What can work? What will work? What has worked? And for a lot of you, this is needing to move on now. It's almost like I have good memories of this. That is what, we need to move forward with, is more like being at peace with it almost. But I think that you're clinging. I do. I feel like we're still in this place of there was so much good, it can work, but the Tower is saying no. Future conditions, the Sun. So once this collapses, the Sun is going to come out and you're going to see everything clearly. And I think it's going to be easier for you to see, this situation for what it really is. But I also feel like because it's the Sun, you're going to feel better. You may not see it now, but you're going to feel better once this is like out of your life. I'm so sorry, you guys. But with the Sun here, I always feel like, my God, if I could talk right. I always feel like you're okay. You're going to be fine. And you want to talk about the divine. With the Sun, there's always that feeling of protection there, though, too. But I really do feel like this is, something that just, it's not going to work out. But it may be hard for you to trust that, there's something else in place, but it's going to be shown to you. Your best path to follow, the Empress. What I feel like here is, once we let the false, the fake, the unstable to collapse and fall away here, I think that for you, it's going to be about nurturing the things that you are trying to create in your life, the ideas that you have, nurturing that part of you that knows how to create abundance and beauty. And I really think that this has to happen in order for you to be able to enjoy your life. But then you also need to know your value and your worth with the Empress, right? But this is big, man. Really big. Maybe you need to look at where you think that you can fix things, though, too, because I always think of like the motherly aspect of the Empress, and it makes me wonder if you're dealing with people that aren't like tapping you out. How far can the Empress be pushed? How much more can you continue to give and nurture? Maybe it's time for you to focus on what's important for you. In your environment, the Seven of Wands. And the thing is you, I think, have been trying, and like I said, it's like you're trying to hold it off. You're fighting the things that are opposing to what you believe is going to work because of, the good things that you're looking at from the past. But the thing is there, needs to be a look at both sides of it almost. Like, if you're looking back at a situation and you're looking at what worked and what can work, you also have to look at what has been opposing this and stop fighting the change that has to happen with the Tower. And for a lot of you, you may be looking back at it going, was it worth fighting for? I feel a little bit iffy about it, like in terms of how you're feeling. But with the Sun, like, you're fine. And I think that you need to be, more nurturing toward yourself, especially with the Empress being there. Your hopes and your fears, the Six of Wands, and it makes sense, right? Wanting to overcome this, and have that victory with this situation. But I also look at this and think, especially with the Sun being there, if we allow the situation to collapse and fall away, this would be hoping that there is victory to still be had, right? But, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now, as far as like attention and recognition here, the fear there would be that, if you're dealing with a person here and you don't want things to fall apart with them, this is you fearing that they don't recognize that, things can work. But what I would say there, Sag, is that if they weren't willing to put in the effort before, what makes you think they're going to do it now? And that's only going to be for some of you. Because it's like working on this is like a fight. It's a battle, right? If you're talking about another person, they're constantly opposing you. And they certainly don't see the past the same way that you do. But like I said, the hope there would be if you let this go, you let it fall away, that there's going to be, victory and something better. And then coming out, the Three of Cups, damn, man. So if there's going to be a major change in your life, what I feel like with the Three of Cups is not necessarily third-party situations, but more like support. And then the Emperor, and it's interesting with the Empress being your advice, but I think that this is going to be about you taking control now. But I do feel like, because of the way that this comes out, I don't feel like we're talking about people sabotaging you. I think that was a past issue, and what you have is support because of this. Now, with the Five of Swords and looking at the Three of Pentacles, there may have been a lot of fighting between you and someone in particular. And this is a no-win situation with the Five of Swords, right? Words may have been said in a very harsh way, and it's just not going to work out this time. It may have before in the past, but again, it requires the effort of everyone involved. But yeah, this would indicate that, that there was a lot of fighting here and not really getting anywhere. And we're just continuing to build and build and build off of this, but it can't withstand. And with Justice here, this has been a consistent message across the board. I'm telling you, for everyone, you need to make sure that the choices that you're making in your life are fair and balanced for you. Now, this could be that maybe the right thing to do here is to let this go and stop fighting, what the past has been telling you about this situation, right? Like, you don't want to see the negative part of it. And I go back to the Five of Swords and why we had to work on things in the first place. But we're talking about accountability here, though, too. Now, this could be about somebody who's been like a fucking asshole to you and they're trying to make it up to you and get back into, your good graces, so to speak. But if that is the case with the Emperor and looking at the Three of Cups, you no longer are allowing them to have control. You are stepping up and taking control of the situation now. But I still feel like with the Three of Cups here, there are people that are supporting you when it comes to saying, you know what, this isn't worth continuing to build on anymore. I'm going to let this fall away. Everything is made clear. There's new energy being brought to you. There is going to be fairness in this situation, no matter what, with justice being there. But this is really, I think, about you, stepping up and taking control. And not only that, but if we're talking about accountability, you accepting your part in this situation, right? Especially with the Five of Swords kicking this off. But I still feel good about it, Sag. It's just, you can't avoid this anymore. It has to go away. But I don't know that you actually trust, though, that this is happening for a reason. These things are like strategically being put in place by the divine for you. It's interesting. So your inner voice is going to be telling you that there are other possibilities for you and there is a purpose for all of this, but this is also about understanding what your purpose is. So you're going to understand the purpose for this entire situation, but you need to pay attention to the inner voice telling you, hey, Sag, there are other things. In past, reflect and redirect your energy. I can't remember who else got this. But the path is going to lead you to a block, but that block is there for a reason. Impasse is never a no. It's just saying that the way that you're going right now is not the best path for you. There's a reason why the wall is there. You need to find a different way around, right? So it's not necessarily about overcoming obstacles. I think it's your path in life is diverging somewhere else than where you think it's going. But enjoy the journey because things do get better, And again, when we're talking about your life plan and the plan of the divine, this is the divine stepping in here going, oh no, Sag, you may think you're headed this way, but we're taking you in a different direction here. But trust that it's going to be for your benefit this time. But you're still going to need to step up here and take that leadership position, but also be caring and nurturing and giving to yourself.